Sonoma County, welcome back to our channel. We are so excited to have you here today because we are going to talk to you about why you might want to work with us for your move here to Sonoma County or your move within Sonoma County. You know, you're probably watching our videos, trying to get a feel for us. Hopefully we seem like we know what we're doing. But why would you want to use us to buy a home? You know, there's a lot of realtors out there. There's a lot of people here in Sonoma County that, you know, say they can help you, and probably some can, and I'm not sure that others will do quite as good as us. So let's dive into, we're going to go over 5 different reasons why you should work with us when you're buying a home.
But first, I'm Julie.
And I'm Morgan.
And we do help people move in and out and all around Sonoma County. So if you are thinking of buying a home 30, 60, 90 days, a year out, call us. Let's get a plan in place. This isn't something that happens overnight. And sometimes we do have to get some pieces of the puzzle straightened out before we're actually boots on the ground looking at houses. So sooner the better. Give us a call. We'd love to chat, get the process started with you, and help you find that perfect home here in Sonoma County.
Let's do it.
So let's go into the 5 reasons you want to work with us. And they're like super important reasons. This is a big deal. This is probably the biggest purchase any of you have made. So these 5 reasons, you're gonna want to stick around and listen.
First and foremost, this may seem really obvious. We listen. We listen to you as a client and pay attention to what you tell us. We listen to what's most important to you. I mean, most people don't buy a home strictly based on the dimensions of the rooms. It's about how it feels. It's about what your lifestyle is gonna be and how you're gonna live here in Sonoma County or in that new home. And that's what we go looking for. The house always ends up fitting just fine as far as those dimensions, like I mentioned, but it's more about the lifestyle. So do you need a really big dining room because you have family gatherings or Sunday dinners with 15 people on average? That's something to really pay attention to. That's part of your lifestyle. Do you have a green thumb and a passion for plants and you need a garden space? What is that? We listen to those things. We're not going to show you a house that has a dinky dining room if you need a big one. We're not going to show you a condo with a balcony if you need a lawn to do your gardening. I mean, that's just a basic part of it.
Do you want to hear a story I can tell you from back before I was in real estate? I have 4 kids. And we were looking for a home, and I said to the realtor, I need 4 bedrooms. That was a need. I mean, that was a serious need. That still meant 2 kids were sharing a room, right?
Right.
How many houses he took us to with 3 bedrooms?
Yeah.
It happens crazy.
It happens all the time. Honestly, I've had plenty of clients that have come to work with me, and they started working with a different agent and just said that agent was not listening to them and showing them what they needed. So when it comes to listening, it is absolutely crucial because it's gonna make or break the stress level of this process. If you're looking at houses that don't make sense, it's gonna be a lot more defeating. So as we get started in this process, we are gonna schedule a home buyer consult to sit down with you. We invite you to our office, we settle in, we get kind of cozy, we'll offer you a beverage, a cup of coffee, a water, whatever. And first and foremost, we're going to talk about your hopes and dreams and lifestyle. We're going to get a feel of who you are. And the more you share, the better. We're not trying to be, get up in your business, but we kind of have to get up in your business to find the right home for you. So we'll kind of listen to all of those factors, and then we'll talk through the specifics of what this process is going to look like. This is also a great opportunity for you to let us know any concerns of things that you're worried about. You know, what's something that you had a friend or family member go through that you really want to avoid in this process, or, what's something that you're really nervous about. Let's air that out. There's a solution and an explanation for everything, and we can help avoid those pain points as much as possible as long as we know about them. As we're going through that process, we're taking notes, like quite literally taking notes. And we log all of that information. And then as we move forward through the process, we are looking at what houses make sense, what houses don't make sense. And this can get overwhelming, and we're gonna be your voice of reason and your reminder, devil's advocate. I literally tell my clients, I'm not pushing you, I just am gonna play devil's advocate based on everything that you told me from the beginning. And now you're looking at a house that doesn't fit that. Are your needs changing, or are you not staying true to what you actually need? So, we listen to you, we work with you, and we make sure you're comfortable. The last thing we want is for you to feel like you're gonna end up buying a house that you don't like or that you can't afford. So we listen to you, we pay attention to where you're at, and we help you find something that fits your exact lifestyle.
Okay, so reason number 2 is you don't just get me or Morgan, you get both of us.
Yeah.
We are a team. And a little pro tip, little side tip here. In a real estate transaction, when you're buying a home, the sellers pay the real estate agents. Mm-hmm. So you not only get a twofer, but it's free.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Like, honestly, you guys, this service comes to you for free. I know, of course, it's built into the price of the home and, factored into all of that, but it is not something out of pocket or a part of your closing costs. It's part of the seller's closing costs, so we're not an additional cost to you. Not only do you get us, but you also get the services of our full-time transaction coordinator and assistant, Kayla Schock. Kayla's amazing. Kayla is our behind the scenes. It's where she likes to be. This is the perfect job for her, and she helps facilitate all of the paperwork in these transactions. Yeah. There's a lot of paperwork in these transactions, okay? She makes sure all the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, not one document is missing. We live in a litigious world, and this is a very big purchase, and it is a very legal transaction, and we make sure you are covered. Once Kayla has all those documents, they're even uploaded to our brokerage where there is another file review.
Right.
And the documents are checked one more time. So we've got you covered in the legal aspect of making sure all of the documents that protect you are in place. It even gets better. I feel like I'm like selling.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like a shoe salesman over here. But
are you like the whammy guy with the what is it? Billy Blanks? I don't know. That's the workout guy. Anyway,
but we are a team, and so in addition to Morgan and I and Kayla, we also have 5 full-time team agents. Now, when you work with us, you are going to be, 99% of the time with Morgan and I, Morgan or I. But having that team has a couple benefits. Sometimes there's a scheduling conflict and I can't get to a showing that we need to see that house that evening, and maybe Morgan's already out showing, but we have other agents that can meet you at the house and get you in and let you see it. Sometimes depending on where you're buying, that's a necessity to get in. Like, time is of the essence kind of thing. So having those agents available to us and to you is definitely another benefit. And just having 8 people with their eyes and ears out there trying to find what you need. We meet weekly and talk about what we call like our buyers' needs. What buyers do we have and what are they looking for? Sometimes inventory is tight and you might be looking for, maybe the needle in the haystack, or maybe you're looking for what everyone else is looking for.
Right.
There's only so many of those houses to go around. So we're always, I pop into your office or you pop into mine, you'll say, hey, did you hear about so-and-so's got this house coming up? Isn't that what your buyers are looking for? Joe and Mary are looking for that house, right? And it's just awesome to have 8 people kind of searching for you out there in the market. So the team approach has been great. We super enjoy it, and I think it's a huge added benefit to you as the buyer.
Next up, we collaborate. So what does that mean? Well, first of all, Julie just went over, our team, our immediate team, our little family. But we have a team beyond that as well, and we collaborate well with them. And that includes our mortgage lenders of a variety of different kinds. We have our escrow officers, we have our inspectors, we have appraisers, we have notaries, we have all these different people that are going to play a very important part in your real estate transaction. We have trusted, reputable people here in Sonoma County that we like to consider part of our team, and I think they like that we consider them part of our team because we all get along so well, and we know they're going to give you top level service. They're going to make sure that you understand, whatever their, important piece of this puzzle is, they're going to give you everything that you need and answer all of your questions in that. And that's our job to make sure you have that support as well. In addition to that, we also collaborate with other agents. This is kind of an interesting fact. We don't play the game of being in competition with the other agents out there. There's plenty of business to go around. There's plenty of clients to help buy. There's plenty of listings to, launch and sell. And it's great. I'm we cheer on our other agent friends. And because of that, we have wonderful, respectful relationships with agents in all corners of this county, from all brokerages and beyond just our Sonoma County area. So oftentimes, like when Julie was talking about, oh, did you hear about that listing coming up that so-and-so is getting ready, those are our agent connections and friends letting us know that, hey, this house is going to be off market because the seller has some health issues, or hey, this house is getting ready to come up on market, but they're open to offers before we go on market to make it easier for them. Are you kidding? That's like a dream for a buyer, to have little to no competition and be able to see a house before the rest of the open market does. We have that happen multiple times a year just through our agent connections. And then with our agent connections, it also comes that our clients often benefit from our reputation. We are known to well educate our buyers, so our buyers are prepared for the transaction. We know what we're doing. And so when an agent sees that our buyer is submitting an offer on their listing, they are sure to tell that seller. Of course, the decision is ultimately up to the seller. The listing agent doesn't make the final decision, but they're sure to tell that seller, this is a strong team to work with. Let's see if we can make these terms of the offer work, but this team is going to get the transaction closed and make it a smooth process, and they're going to be a joy to work with. We really, because we work with, we communicate
so
well,
important.
All those different things. So it is, ego aside, it just is what it is. Our reputation helps our clients benefit.
Absolutely.
And that it happens through collaboration.
Well put.
Thanks.
So another reason, and I think a really, really important one, is we know the market. I know that probably sounds silly because you would think every real estate agent out there must know the market.
You would hope we have one job.
Right? But we are full-time agents. Our whole team, as I mentioned before, are all full-time agents. We are boots on the ground every day. One thing that is an absolute for sure in real estate, the market changes constantly.
Yeah.
And so, if you have a part-time agent or someone that sells a few houses a year to pay for their vacations, I'm not being mean. This is true out there. I think in Sonoma County there's like 2,500 real estate agents, but honestly, like 100 or 200 of us do all the business. Like we work with the same agents, and then you get this one every now and then that you're like, I've never worked with this person before. And it makes it more difficult. We are up on the market trends. We know what's going on in each different city and neighborhood. County-wide, it's not the same.
No, not in any way.
You'll have one area where maybe sales are a little bit slower, days on market are a little bit longer, and then another area where it's still seeing multiple offers. And we have to know how to navigate these different areas and set you guys as buyers up for success with that. And if you're not in it all the time, you miss a lot of this. So we're up on market trends, pricing strategies, and even up on all the different loan programs from our different lenders. Guys, this stuff changes on the constant. These programs come and go through the different mortgage companies, and again, a lot of it is also reflective of what the market's doing. So if you're not in it all the time, you have no idea. Sometimes I'll work with agents and they don't even know that it's still a multiple offer situation, or it's not, or whatever. So it is so important that you work with someone who is full-time. I cannot stress that enough. So again, going back to that buyer's consultation and really knowing what you're looking for, what areas you're interested in, what you want in the neighborhood that you're moving to, we can really lock in that perfect area, or hopefully areas. Hopefully there's a few different places we can.
Usually there is.
Yeah, totally, because Sonoma County is pretty big. A lot of different areas. But so once we know that, then we really know what we're dealing with. Where, are the areas you're looking in, like those really hot areas, and we'll know what timing is to how quickly do we need to get into a home, or how quickly do we need to submit that offer. And having all the pieces of your puzzle up front from that buyer's consultation, and being aware of what the market's like in the areas you're looking for, we can help structure the strongest offer within your financing and terms that you can offer the seller to put you in the best position possible to get that offer accepted.
Right.
So knowing the market is just absolute key, and being abreast and on top of all the different changes that happen constantly, whether it's interest rates or loan programs or how quickly homes are moving in and out of certain areas, is just key to set you guys up for success.
Last but not least, and possibly the most important, I don't know, these are all very important, is we know the process. This is interesting.
It's important.
Kind of to Julie's point that, working with a new agent or working with an agent that doesn't really do this enough, maybe they don't have the perspective and the experience to figure out how to put this whole transaction together for you when you find that right house. You as the buyer, you have your budget, you have your timeline, you have your, ideals in a house, like a certain condition or a certain, aesthetic, things like that. It's important to know what those are and then to put those into the offer, because the seller also has those factors. They have a certain dollar point that they need to make to move on to their next journey. They have a timeline they're probably trying to work within, and they're trying to work out certain terms as well. And so where we know how to handle this process and we over communicate in a really good way, we're talking to that listing agent. We're finding out exactly, hey, what is the story with your seller? How can we position our offer while still protecting you as the buyer? How can we position our offer to give this seller the most ideal offer they can get so they accept it? That's the goal here. We want these transactions to be mutually beneficial. It's not the buyer getting over on the seller or the seller taking every last dime that you have. That's not it. If the buyer and seller can't come to an agreement, there is no deal. So it's our job to help figure out and be the master negotiators that we are on your behalf to, maybe your budget is pretty set in stone and you just can't budge past that. But there's some timeline terms or items to be included or excluded with the sale that we can kind of wiggle around a bit, and knowing how to, leverage these offers and understanding the process. We have done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of transactions together. We've witnessed them. Our team has done them. Over the years, it's just, we've seen all the different ways that these transactions can be flexible to make a positive outcome of the sale, where the buyer gets the house they love and the seller gets to sell the house and move on to their next journey. That's our goal. And so if you're working with somebody that doesn't quite know the process as well, doesn't understand how to, move some of the timelines to be a little bit more enticing to the seller, they may choose another offer over yours, not because your offer wasn't good, but because it wasn't great.
Right.
And that's one of the worst things I could see for a buyer coming in and trusting somebody to guide them properly in this process. It's a huge process. And, us having the experience, having the team, having the connections, it makes that process a lot easier on you. And all you have to do is trust us. And that is hard because we haven't met yet. Hopefully you've watched enough of our videos that you feel like we're pretty trustworthy. But once our clients trust us and they know we have their best interest, it's almost always a success.
Allowing us to be the mentor.
Exactly.
And like you said earlier, the voice of reason.
The voice of reason, absolutely.
Let us guide you.
So what do you think? We listen, we are a team, we collaborate, we know the market, and we know the process. I'm not quite sure, and we're fun. Number 6, we didn't get to, we're fun.
It will be fun. Yes.
But these topics all included, this is what you should be looking for in an agent. So if you're just starting the process or you're trying to figure out when to get started and who to work with, these are the things you should be looking for. I always say don't overstress yourself by interviewing a bunch of agents. It's okay to do your research, but make sure that the people that you're talking to are answering the questions just as we have openly done for you up front as well. And if you're thinking of making that move, reach out. If you're moving within Sonoma County, we're happy to help. If you're moving into the area and need guidance on buying a home in an area that you're not as familiar with, we're probably definitely the team to work with. This is exactly our favorite area, and we can't wait to guide you on all things Sonoma County here.
Absolutely. So if you liked this video, hit the like button, subscribe to our channels. We release videos every week about everything Sonoma County and Sonoma County real estate. Ring the bell so you can be notified when those videos hit each week as well, because we'd love to have you follow along on our real estate journeys.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time.